you miss a lot of greens. And when you get up to the green, what you do is you just grab your chipping club or your pitching club. Maybe it's a sand wedge or a lob wedge. And then you just trudge off to the ball and you hit your shot. I want you to put a little bit more thought into what's going on. How's the ball sit? What do you have between you and the hole? How are you going to get this ball as close to the hole as you possibly can? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about what we're doing over here. So on the 17th green at Bethpage Black, and this, by the way, this place is going to be rowdy during the course of that Ryder Cup, no question about it. But this is the shot that I've got here. A pretty good lie. I'm not really in the rough. I'm sort of on the fairway cut there, not on the fringe, but the fairway cut. And I've got a shot that's about 30 yards long with this hump in the way. How am I going to play this? There are a lot of different options here, okay? Right now what I have my 53-degree wedge. Now, if I just play my 53-degree wedge right at the flag, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to land this thing maybe 15 to 20 feet short of the flag. So right about there, and it rolls out, and this is an excellent shot. You could see it break from right to left. Now, the fun part about this left to right break, rather, it breaks from left to right, but it's going to leave me an uphill putt. Anytime it's breaking from, whichever way it's breaking, the putt is going to be going uphill if you're going in that direction, okay? Unless you play too much break. Let me show you what I mean. If I'd have taken this and looked at this and said, I have to play this about 12 feet to the left of the flag, played that exact same shot, and then I hit it a little bit farther than I want, all of a sudden now what I've done is I've hit myself into a downhill putt. So I missed the distance and I overread the break, and so it never broke down to the hole, which means I'm going to be putting downhill, and I also got it past the hole. And in this situation, I'm downhill and downhill. Now, let's see if I can play this a little bit short of that. Same amount of break, though. And there you go. So now you can see this. This thing is, that's about hole high there, but it's still to the left. And what I see so many of you do is overread the break. So what I like to tell my students is play the break from where you're landing, not where you're standing. Now, to that end, where you're landing depends upon the club that you're going to use. So watch. If I go back from my 53 and I grab my 58, this is going to stop a whole lot faster. That one there rolled out about, well, it rolled out about 8 yards. Now, with my 58, and I hit that one, I didn't play near as much break, and that one rolled out about 5 yards. So I landed that at about 23, and it rolled out to 28. The other one I landed at about 20, and it rolled out to 28. But when I'm playing less rollout, I play less break. And so at that point, what I like to do when I'm going to the lob wedge here, and what I recommend you doing is don't play any break. Just play straight at the flag. And you're going to get a shot that's going to break to an uphill putt. So I'm going to go pretty straight here. Actually, I got that going a little bit to the right, but again, it landed at 22, rolled to 28. I've got 6 feet back up the hill. There's not a lot of break in that putt. A very easy one to make. But if I jump over to a 9-iron, now all of a sudden I have to play a whole lot more break. If I play this 9-iron dead straight, I don't think I can keep this on the green, by the way, but dead straight, you could see it roll out, and then it rolls right through the green. That one landed and just kept going. So now what I got to do is I got to land it closer to me. But if I land it closer to me, it's going to land in the fringe here. So now I've got to play a lot more breakout on the left-hand side. So now I go back to that 12 feet. And now I hit that shot. And now I play 12 feet, and I play all this break. And you can see as much break as I played there, and that ball rolled out about 16 yards. I landed it at 14 yards. It rolled out 16 yards. So twice as much rollout as I got with my 53. And it still didn't break underneath the flag. Not the right club, but an option, but not the right club. So You want to play it a little bit lower. You want it to roll out a little bit more. Maybe it's a pitching wedge shot. So this time I'm not going to play 14. I'll probably land it at about, I don't know, 16, 18. Not as much break on this one. I flew that a little bit farther than I wanted. I was looking for 18. I got 20. So let's try this again. See if I can. And I'm going to play a lot less break. So less break there. Go ahead and hit it. Oh, oh! Would you believe it? So maybe the pitching wedge is the right shot. But what I want you to take away from this is this. I have a little joy here. This is what I want you to take away. Take a club where you don't have to play as much break, okay? You can eliminate break by carrying it farther and getting it to roll out less. This pitching wedge, maybe even a 53, maybe even a 58, but it's not the 9-iron. Now, to that end, there will be shots where it is the 9-iron and it's not the 58 or the 53 or the pitching wedge. What you have to realize is it's situational. And so what I like to do, I chip with those 4 clubs primarily. 9-iron through. Anytime I miss the green, I grab 9-iron all the way to my 58, everything in between, and I go out there and then I make my decision. I look at the situation. How much green do I have to work with? How much break is there that I have to play? Where do I want to, if I don't make it, where do I want to leave that putt? Obviously underneath the hole. And as I play less break, I can leave it more under the hole. So to me, while the pitching wedge went in, it's probably not a pitching wedge shot. It's probably my 60. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 60. I'm going to play this a little bit straighter. I'm going to carry it a little bit farther. I'm going to rely on some loft and some spin. There you go. A little more trajectory, a little bit more spin. Now I'm right under the hole. That one there spun exactly the way I want. There's the 22 carry. There's the 28.5. So I've got myself a really good shot. And what I can tell you is this. As you start to understand your options, you got to start looking at short game with what does the lie look like? How much break is there that I've got to play? What's the club that I feel like I have the best chance of getting this as close to the hole as I can? I kind of go with this idea. If there's a lot of break that you're going to play, add a little bit more loft. If I have more green to work with, take some loft out and play it along the ground. But you have to make those decisions for yourself. One of the things that you want to make sure that you pay attention to is what suits you best is the right play to make. So get out there and experiment with some of these and see what you think. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.